This is exactly what I had to go through ever since Kimari was a baby. He brought other females around him.
Wow.
He had another female push my son in a stroller.
How many guys I coach with in your house, though?
But if you were already having sex, why do you need to say that if it isn't true? It's not like you saying it to have sex. You already having sex, so why you gotta lie?
It was also
Look,
trying to
this is just what I need to know right now.
The case of Williams versus Wynn begins. Mr. Williams is convinced Quenesha is his daughter, a belief he's held for 35 years. His evidence? She was fair-skinned like him as a baby. The judge immediately points out this is, scientifically speaking, flimsy evidence. Ms. Wynn shuts this down hard, stating skin color don't mean nothing. The stage is set for a classic paternity court clash of certainty versus denial. Let's see whose gut feeling is right.
Mr. Williams, from the moment you saw Quenesha Mayberry, you believe that she is your biological daughter, even though the defendant claimed you are not.
Mr. Williams describes the moment he just knew. Seeing the fair-skinned newborn, he felt it in his heart. The judge notes most newborns are pale, but his conviction never wavered. For over 3 decades, he's held on to this belief. It's a powerful, emotional claim, built entirely on a father's intuition. This isn't about evidence for him. It's about a deep-seated, unshakable feeling. You almost want to believe him purely based on his passion.
Well, it was the first time I saw her. You know, she looked like me, fair skin, and I just knew she was my daughter.
And when was this, sir?
When she, about a week after she was born.
Oh, right after she was born?
Yes.
The plot thickens dramatically. The judge asks Ms. Wynn about her relationship with Mr. Williams. Her shocking testimony? I don't remember. I don't remember at all. She doesn't recall a romantic or sexual relationship whatsoever. She admits to walking past his workplace constantly, but claims that's it. This is a wild twist. How can one party be so sure and the other have complete amnesia?
He's not her father, Your Honor. Color don't mean nothing, you know, because he light-skinned and she light-skinned, the other guy is dark-skinned, I'm dark-skinned. That don't prove that he's her father.
It sure doesn't.
I know who's her father.
Well, it's
And
different when you got...
It's not Stanley.
Well,
Your
he
Honor.
seems pretty certain that it is, and
The amnesia defense continues. The judge presses Ms. Wynn, asking if she specifically remembers being intimate with the plaintiff. Her answer is a firm, "No, Your Honor, I do not remember." This is an incredible moment. She's not calling him a liar. She's claiming a total blank spot in her memory. This forces the court to rely on other evidence, as we have 2 completely irreconcilable accounts of the past. What a dilemma.
wait, what?
I don't remember. I don't remember at all. If he said it happened, it must have happened. I don't remember.
So it is your testimony you do not remember having sexual relations with Mr. Williams?
No, Your Honor. I do not remember.
Ms. Wynn fires back with a logical question of her own. If Mr. Williams was so sure, why wait 35 years for a DNA test? She reveals he used to take her daughter for visits and to family parties. He even asks why she'd allow that if she didn't think he was the dad. Her response is, they grew up together, so she trusted him. It's a valid point that adds another layer of complexity to their history.
And if Stanley knew he was to feel that he was a father, he could have been did this test. He used to come get her, take her over to his house. He could have did it then.
Well, if you didn't
want to
think
wait 35 years to do this now?
If you didn't think I was, why would you let me take your baby?
I didn't have a problem.
Mr. Williams shares a poignant memory of taking the baby to his mother, who also thought the child looked like him. But Ms. Wynn immediately challenges the timeline, disputing that the child was a newborn in his care. This back and forth shows how memory itself is on trial here. Every detail is contested, from ages to events, making it impossible to build a clear timeline. The past is a blurry battleground for these two.
And I asked my mom, I said, do she look like me? And my mom said, yeah, that's your baby, Stan.
How old was she?
Quenesha had to be months old. She was months old. I used to
And
go
you
get her.
came and picked up a newborn baby.
Yes.
She wasn't no newborn.
Yes.
The daughter, Quenesha, finally speaks. She reveals she grew up thinking the man on her birth certificate was her father, but she only met him twice and felt zero connection. She never saw a resemblance. This confession explains her deep desire for answers. Her mother interjects, frustrated, asking why Mr. Williams didn't test her when she was 3. The emotional weight of this decades-long uncertainty is finally laid bare by the child caught in the middle.
3 years old, he should have tested her. Why wait 35 years to do this? And I don't understand why Mr. Stanley brought me all the way here to get a DNA test.
For answers. This is something we was already talking about doing anyway. We just had a conversation probably last year that we was gonna go and get a DNA test.
And where does she look like him at?
Quenesha describes her painful childhood, being teased by family for not having a dad and having nowhere to go when upset with her mom. You can feel her lifelong yearning for a father figure. The judge beautifully validates her, telling Ms. Wynn that being a great mom doesn't replace the innate desire to know one's father. This isn't about blaming the mother, it's about fulfilling a fundamental need for identity and belonging for her daughter.
You had no connection with him,
Nope.
and you've only seen him like 2 times.
Yep. And that was when I was like 18, so.
Yeah, I've been mom and dad to her, and I'm still mom and dad.
You've been a mom and probably a really great mom, but she wouldn't be standing here if you were the dad and could really fill those shoes.
The judge highlights the sheer uniqueness of this case, stating she's never seen a situation where the mother doesn't remember the relationship and the father is so certain. Meanwhile, Mr. Williams claims he was publicly claiming Quinacia as his daughter back then. He even tells a dramatic story about a confrontation with the other man that allegedly led to Ms. Wynn being pushed down a stairs, a claim she immediately and vehemently denies as untrue.
So, Mr. Williams, back in the day, like when this picture was taken, were you running around saying, here's my daughter, Quinacia?
Yeah, that's how I addressed it her. When anybody asks me about her, I'll say this is my daughter.
Was anybody else saying, this is my daughter?
Quinacia shares how shocking it was to be contacted by Mr. Williams through social media after decades. She reveals a telling comment she made to him. "I knew that man wasn't my daddy." She never felt a connection to the name on her birth certificate. This moment is huge. It shows she was psychologically prepared for a different paternity outcome long before stepping into the courtroom. Her hope for a new family lineage was already kindled.
I mean, it was sad because like when she made me mad, I didn't have nobody to go to. And then like I had family members that would, tease me about not having a dad. Like, aha, that's why you don't have a dad.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so hurtful. And so when you got that message from Mr. Williams, what did you feel? What were you thinking?
The tension breaks as Ms. Wynn shows vulnerability. She admits she's upset and hurt it took so long, confessing it's her fault her daughter doesn't know her father. This is a massive shift from her earlier defensive posture. She acknowledges they owe their daughter this truth, even if it means Mr. Williams is the father. The raw emotion reveals a mother burdened by guilt and a past she can't clearly recall, finally seeking closure.
I'm just upset. I'm hurt that it's taking so long, It's my fault that I did this to my daughter, not knowing who's her father.
It's not that hard to just be honest. You can spend all day condemning Mr. Williams and everything he did and he didn't do when, I knew this, and that's why I asked you, what was it?
The moment of truth arrives. The judge reads the results from DNA diagnostics. After 35 years of unwavering belief, countless arguments, and a rekindled connection, the result is definitive and devastating. Mr. Williams, you are not the father. The air is sucked out of the room. His heartfelt conviction, his mother's intuition, the decades of hope, all of it was based on a feeling that science has just definitively proven wrong. What a heartbreaking conclusion.
When it comes to Quinacia Mayberry, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Williams, you are not the father. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry I could not give you the closure you needed.
The case of Luttrell versus Leaks begins. Ms. Luttrell is seeking a DNA test, hoping she has finally found her biological father after 29 years of confusion. Her mother, Ms. Melody Luttrell, admits she is regretful for being unable to help in the search. The stage is set for a modern-day paternity quest, one that started not with a memory, but with a click on a DNA website. The digital age meets family court.
Ms. Luttrell, you found your case because you say after a lifetime of confusion of not knowing who your biological father is and receiving no help from your mother, you are now hopeful because you believe you have finally found your dad.
Ms. Luttrell pleads with the judge, stating she was robbed of a relationship with her father her entire life. She reveals her key piece of evidence. She found a potential match through Ancestry.com. The anticipation is palpable as she prepares to see the man she believes is her dad for the very first time. This is the moment where an online DNA match gets a real human face.
I'm pleading with you, Your Honor, for this DNA test because I basically was robbed of a relationship with my father my whole life for 29 years.
And Ms. Luttrell, you believe you finally found your biological father.
Mr. Leaks enters the courtroom, and the judge notes their immediate connection through a gaze. When asked how it feels to meet the woman who believes she's his daughter, Mr. Leaks simply and warmly says, "It feels good. It's good to see her." It's a surprisingly positive and open first encounter, far from the defensive denials we often see. This friendly start makes the entire situation even more intriguing.
Hello, Mr. Leaks.
Hello, Judge.
Thank you for joining us. I saw you all connect through a gaze.
Yes.
How does it feel to finally meet and see the woman who believes she's your daughter?
It feels good. It's good to see her.
That's wonderful.
There was a co-worker and a classmate, but she didn't know how to contact either after her pregnancy. The judge is rightly stunned, asking if she had sex with these men without getting their full names or numbers. The mother's vague and irresponsible past actions are directly responsible for her daughter's lifelong quest for answers today.
My childhood was pretty rough growing up with my mom being a single mom. She's a very hardworking single mom, and my whole life I always wanted to know who my father was. So,
what were you told about your father?
As a young child, at around 8 years old, I was told that my father had went to the store and apparently was to buy cigarettes, and he never came back.
The focus shifts to Mr. Leaks. The mother says she doesn't know him, but he looked familiar when his picture was shown. Ms. Luttrell explains she connected with his family through Ancestry.com, messaging a cousin and eventually his wife. They concluded it was possibly Mr. Leaks. Imagine getting a life-altering clue, not from your mom, but from a stranger's wife on a social media platform attached to a DNA service.
You say there are 3 possible fathers, one of which was a co-worker.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the co-worker?
Yes, we dated and we got familiar with each other, and then it ended up in intimacy.
Did you ever tell that person you were pregnant?
Ms. Luttrell shares a chilling moment of recognition. She saw pictures of Mr. Leaks' daughter and said it was like seeing a ghost because the resemblance was so strong. She also drops a bombshell. Her mom was 35 and Mr. Leaks would have been 19 at the time. A potential party hookup with a significant age gap adds a whole new layer of complexity to this already tangled mystery.
Do you know this man?
I don't know him. I don't know him. When she brought him up, I just said, well, he looks familiar.
So, Ms. Luttrell, what did your mother tell you about Mr. Leaks?
My mom told me that she was with an African American.
The judge turns to Mr. Leaks, asking if he remembers the party or the one-night stand. His response is a firm and principled no. He states, "If I even know there's a chance I'll have a child, I'm sticking around. I'm not going anywhere." This is a powerful declaration of character, directly contradicting the narrative of a fleeting encounter. His certainty creates a major conflict with the genetic evidence.
The description of someone your mom had described?
No, well, my mom, like I said, the 3 stories that I gave you was all that information she gave me. But when I talked to her about like the age range.
In a stunning twist, Mr. Leaks presents his own evidence. He shows a side-by-side photo of Ms. Luttrell and his own mother, insisting they look so much alike. He concludes, she's related to us somehow, some way. This is incredible. The man who doesn't remember her is now the one arguing for a biological connection based on a striking family resemblance. The plot has officially thickened.
Do you remember this party and this one-night stand?
No, I'm just looking at it right now thinking, okay, it's nice to meet you, but, very nice to meet you. No, I was not at that party.
Were you ever at a party having sex with an older woman?
No.
The court uncovers a crucial geographical clue. They lived only 14 minutes apart at the time of conception. The judge notes it's not inconceivable they were at the same party. Mr. Leaks jokes, "I wasn't at no party. That must have been a good party." This factual proximity makes his denial seem a little less absolute and opens the door for reasonable doubt in everyone's mind, including the viewers.
What is this evidence, sir?
This is a picture of her right next to my mom. They're side by side on here.
Okay, let me see that.
And they look so much alike. She's related to us somehow, some way.
So this is a picture of Ms. Luttrell.
And my mom.
And your mom.
Ms. Luttrell reveals that Mr. Leaks' own family told her he had wild years, making them believe it was a possibility he was the father. She pleads for the test, citing their strong phone connection and shared traits like musical talent. She's building her case not just on science, but on a heartfelt feeling of belonging. The judge is clearly moved by her desperate need for closure.
Ms. Luttrell, you were as well about 14 minutes away from one another. So, I mean, it wouldn't be inconceivable to think you could have been at the same party.
I wasn't at no party. If I was partying that good, that must have been a good partying. I mean...
The moment of truth arrives. The results are in. After all the hope, the resemblance, and the family speculation, the answer is definitive. Mr. Leeks, you are not the father. The emotional letdown is immense. Yet, in a beautiful turn, Ms. Luttrell thanks him for showing up and hopes to continue their relationship to find her real father within his family. The search continues, but a supportive friend was found.
When it comes to 29-year-old Erica Luttrell, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Leeks, you are not the father. I'm very sorry, Ms. Luttrell.
Welcome to Paternity Court. Judge Lake opens the case of Foster v. Jackson. Ms. Foster claims she and her ex-boyfriend, Mr. Jackson, planned this pregnancy, only for him to abandon her and deny paternity. He, however, insists she cheated multiple times and there's no way he's the father. The stage is set for a classic, messy DNA reveal. Let's see who's telling the truth and who's about to be schooled by science.
Ms. Foster, you claim you and your ex-boyfriend planned your pregnancy only to have him abandon you and deny paternity. You are here to prove that he is your daughter, Jakia's biological father.
Ms. Foster starts her case, saying her one-year-old daughter looks and acts just like Mr. Jackson. She claims he hasn't stepped up at all, though he's posted pictures on social media. He immediately interjects, "That's not my baby." The bickering starts instantly. It's clear these two can't agree on anything, not even the significance of an Instagram post. This is going to be a long, dramatic ride, folks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Foster, tell us, why do you need to open your case?
I'm opening this case today because, Your Honor, I have a 1-year-old child who we plan on having. She looks like him.
Beautiful.
She acts like him. He doesn't step up to nothing. I mean, he's posted pictures on social media.
That's not my baby.
The plot thickens. Ms. Foster reveals Mr. Jackson previously claimed her first child, who wasn't even his, taking her to meet his mother. Then she says he told her she would be the mother of his child because she's the best mother in the world. She emphatically states facts. He just as quickly denies it. So he played dad to a child that wasn't his, but denies his own? The confusion is real.
So this first baby was not his biological child.
Correct.
But he took you home to his mother like, look at my girlfriend and our baby.
Correct.
Then what happens?
In the midst of us staying together, he told me I was going to be his baby's mother.
Mr. Jackson fires back with his own accusation. He claims the man Ms. Foster said was her brother was actually the guy she was sleeping with. She admits it. Correct, Your Honor, it definitely was. He alleges she came to his house already pregnant by this so-called brother. The layers of deception are piling up. This isn't just a paternity case. It's a full-blown soap opera with a bizarre family facade.
Claiming it was her brother, it was the dude she was sleeping with.
Correct, Your Honor. It definitely was.
Basically what the story was, she already came to my house pregnant by her so-called brother, you feel me? And it was like, I mentioned it to her, you feel me? She used me for a place to stay.
I can't come nowhere pregnant if I just had a baby.
The relationship dynamics get even messier. Ms. Foster claims Mr. Jackson had another girlfriend out of town, wanting a polygamous relationship. He denies playing games. Judge Lake, trying to find solid ground, asks Ms. Foster to recall the day she found out she was pregnant. She says she fell to the floor in the doctor's office, doing 3 rows, horrified at the idea of being a single mother of 2.
Yes, at
No,
my
Your
mama's
Honor.
house.
No, Your Honor. We
Yes,
were not
you were.
together when he left. We were not together.
But you still in my
after
mama's house
February
when I left
21st.
though, you feel me?
That's pointless. I mean, that matters nothing to me.
How many times I was
you
like,
left, you
kick
brought me
out.
her, you left
But
to
her
go
and my
be with
mama
somebody
get that
else.
cool.
Judge Lake asks the million-dollar question. If she was sleeping with 2 men, why only drag Mr. Jackson to court? Ms. Foster explains a conception calendar pointed to February 21st, the day Mr. Jackson left town. She claims they were together constantly for 2 weeks. Her description of their, frequent activities is very detailed. 3 times a day, she says. Sir, if that's true, you were certainly busy.
Oh, look at that. Miss Foster, I do have to ask you this.
Okay.
If you know you're sleeping with 2 guys, why are you just bringing Mr. Jackson to court?
I went to the doctor's office. They gave me the conception calendar. I got pregnant February 21st. That's the same day you left.
The tension spikes as Judge Lake confronts Ms. Foster's contradictory statements. She admitted to having 2 boyfriends, but now testifies that during the conception window, she only slept with Mr. Jackson. He vehemently says, "That's not right." The judge delivers a blistering line. I wish you would have known so much about what you was talking about that you would have known who your child's father was. Ouch. The read was absolutely lethal.
Admit you were having sex with both guys because if he could have 2 girlfriends, you could have 2 boyfriends?
By me going to medical school, I kind of know what I'm talking about as far as the female reproductive system.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
In a stunning reveal, we learn Mr. Jackson has never met his alleged daughter, not once in 15 months. No hugs, no visits, nothing. Judge Lake expresses her frustration, pointing out the tragic irony. Everyone knows how to meet up to make a baby, but can't figure out how to meet up to raise one. This is the heartbreaking core of so many paternity cases, adult conflicts leaving a child in the balance.
What kind of relationship do you have with her?
None.
Because I don't talk to her through the phone.
Lies.
Man, you don't even click. We get on the phone and argue, me, you, and my girl every time. You feel me? So what's the point of keep calling her? Me and my girl got.
So is that the long way of saying you don't even spend no time with her?
The blame game over visitation is a mess. Mr. Jackson claims plans were made, but Ms. Foster's friend stole all her money. Ms. Foster counters that his girlfriend texted to arrange a meeting, but they were a no-show. He claims he knew nothing about it, blaming communication between the 2 women. Judge Lake shuts this down, stating he should be the one advocating to see the child, not his new girlfriend.
You feel me? I did.
But
She
you're
said
saying
she was going
she
to go
won't
buy
do
a
it.
car. She said she was going to buy a car. We can meet halfway. Next thing you know, her excuse was her friend stole all her money.
So it's your
Exactly.
testimony. You make a
I
plan,
been made
but
the
then
plan.
Miss Foster don't
I
show
been
up.
made a plan because I had to go and get my little brother from St. Louis. So
Your
it was
Honor.
just like that.
Okay, look, Your Honor, exactly why you said that. He just like a month ago.
The tone shifts from chaotic to heartfelt. Ms. Foster drops her defensive armor, admitting she's a strong woman who doesn't need a man, but her daughter does. She reveals they both grew up in foster care. I grew up without my mother and father. I raised myself since I was 12. She powerfully states, I didn't make her by myself. We made her together. So therefore, step up. It's a raw emotional plea.
I know you love your baby,
With everything in my heart.
and I know you've been through a lot, so I can see a lot of times when you talking and you fighting and you feisty, it comes from a place of having to protect yourself
My children.
and your children.
The moment of truth arrives. The results, prepared by DNA diagnostics, are in. Judge Lake reads the verdict. Mr. Jackson, you are not the father. The result is definitive. All the arguing, the accusations, the facts, it was all for nothing. He is legally and biologically in the clear. The look on everyone's face is a mixture of shock and, for Mr. Jackson, vindication. What a twist.
As follows. In the case of Foster versus Jackson, when it comes to Jakaya, Mr. Jackson, you are not the father.
Judge Lake offers Ms. Foster a powerful healing monologue. She tells her there's no shame in her game and that her past doesn't define her future. There are still limitless possibilities for your life, she affirms, looking directly into a tearful Ms. Foster's eyes. It's a beautiful moment of mentorship, reminding her, and all of us, that our worth isn't diminished by our mistakes or our hardships.
Sometimes you just gotta say like, you know what, ain't no shame in my game no more. I did what I did when I did it, and now I do need to think about who my child's father is. And look at me when I'm talking to you, Miss Foster.
As the case concludes, Mr. Jackson mutters a threatening comment about the other potential father, Marquise, saying he'll never get to see a daylight again. Well, that escalated quickly. Judge Lake quickly shuts down that talk, ensuring her team will follow up. And with that, another explosive episode ends. The search for baby Jakay's real father continues, but the drama here is officially adjudicated.
And if potentially this friend could be the child's father, then you do what you can to encourage him to come in here so we can get this answer for this baby.
He'll never get to see daylight again.
Never like.
Judge Lake opens the case of Lester v. Lewis. Ms. Lester claims Mr. Lewis denies fathering her 21-month-old son, Raiden, simply because she won't have sex with him now. She wants him to step up after the results. Mr. Lewis counters that she was openly sleeping with several men. The classic paternity court dynamic is set. Her word against his, with a baby's future hanging in the balance. Let the drama begin, people.
Ms. Lester, you opened this case against Mr. Lewis because you say he denies fathering your 21-month-old son, Raiden.
Yes, Your Honor.
Only because you won't have sex with him.
The bickering starts immediately. Ms. Lester insists they planned the baby and never used protection. Mr. Lewis flatly denies it. He then tries to call her a hoe, but Judge Lake swiftly shuts down that disrespectful language. The judge points out he looks crazy for insulting someone he chose to sleep with. This is a messy start, showcasing the toxic communication that likely plagued their entire relationship from day one.
Mr. Lewis is denying your baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
Explain.
Me and Stanley planned my son.
We did not plan a baby.
Yes, we did.
No, we did not.
We've also never used a condom. We talked about having a baby numerous times, so this is all new to me on why he's not claiming my son.
We learned they've known each other for 6 or 7 years. Mr. Lewis says he saw her at a grocery store with another man, then later inboxed her on Facebook. The stories diverge wildly here. He claims they had sex the very first night they reconnected. She insists it was months later and that they planned the baby. Someone is very clearly lying, and the timeline is already a tangled web.
Young, we've known each other since for probably about 6, 7 years. And
Oh, so you all knew each other for a long time?
yes, we have. And I seen her at a grocery store one day. She was with another man then, so I didn't say nothing. When I seen her on Facebook,
Judge Lake zeroes in on the planned baby claim. She asks Mr. Lewis if he ever told her he wanted a baby with her. His answer is a masterpiece of self-incrimination. He admits guys say anything during sex, calling it the heat of the moment. The judge brilliantly retorts that if you're already having sex, why lie? This man just admitted his words during intimacy are utterly meaningless.
A baby with her while y'all were having sex, Mr. Lewis?
never said that we was gonna have a baby. Not the first night that we reconnect and we have sex.
But did you ever say it?
At the heat of the moment,
Right.
guys say anything having sex, Your Honor.
The story of the pregnancy reveal is just as conflicting. Mr. Lewis says she told him he was the father, then months later said he wasn't. Ms. Lester says he didn't believe she was pregnant at all. Then she reveals she didn't even call him when she went into labor for her C-section. The communication here is an absolute disaster, built on a foundation of mistrust and conflicting narratives.
I asked her, who's the father? She tells me, I am. So I'm like, okay. Several months afterwards, she tells me I'm not the father.
No, correction. Actually, he thought I was playing when I said I was pregnant.
I never thought
Yes, you did, because you kept saying, you ain't pregnant, you ain't pregnant. Yes, you did.
Bombshell. Judge Lake produces the birth certificate, and it has another man's name listed as the father. Mr. Lewis reveals that this other man, Kevin Brown, was at the hospital and even cut the umbilical cord. Ms. Lester's defense is she's not gonna chase someone around. Letting another man sign the birth certificate while telling Mr. Lewis he's the dad is a level of chaos that is truly hard to comprehend.
Let me look in my court files because we got a copy of that birth certificate.
Yes, he did.
This birth certificate, oh yeah, here it is, from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Certified record of birth for Raiden Jador.
So why isn't that other man here? Ms. Lester reveals they already tested him, and he is not the father. How did Mr. Lewis find out? She posted the results on social media. Who does that? The logic is astounding. The entire courtroom is stunned by this revelation. This case has everything: multiple men, a signed birth certificate, and paternity results delivered via Facebook. It's a modern-day soap opera.
So why isn't the other man here too?
Because we did a test and it came back that he was not his father. And he knew that because it was posted on social media. So upon the results being posted on social media,
Mr. Lewis drops his own scientific theory. He claims he was shot multiple times, and doctors told him he couldn't have children. This is his primary reason for doubt. He also says the baby doesn't look like him, a classic but unreliable argument in these cases. The medical claim adds a new, serious layer to his denial. Could this truly be a miracle baby, or is it another dead end?
Literally, I've been shot multiple times to where the doctors have pumped so much medicine in my body, and they told me that I couldn't have kids at all.
And since that time, you haven't fathered any other children?
No.
Judge Lake brings the other man, Kevin Brown, to the stand. He identifies himself and confirms a 10-year on and off relationship with Ms. Lester. However, he immediately states he is not the father and is just there for support. He plans to step up and be the father, regardless of biology. It's a surprisingly stable presence in this otherwise wildly unstable situation. He seems to be the only adult here.
I'd like to hear from your fiance. Please stand, sir. Step over to the podium. State your name for the record.
My name is Kevin Brown, Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Brown. Thank you for being here today. So, Mr. Lewis just testified that you and Ms. Lester have had a 10-year relationship.
The real dynamic is revealed. Ms. Lester admits she would go between both men, depending on who she was mad at, and claims they both know it. Then, Mr. Lewis alleges she hit him up for sex just 2 weeks ago while Mr. Brown was out of town. This love triangle is less of a triangle and more of a chaotic merry-go-round where everyone has a ticket to ride at any time.
When I'm mad at him, I go to him. When I'm mad at him, I go to him. It's not a secret. It's not like I'm playing neither one because they both know. However, at the beginning of this year, that's when we decided to be serious with this relationship.
How can she be serious when she just hit me 2 weeks ago?
I called him.
A heartfelt moment emerges. We learn Mr. Lewis's mother has fallen completely in love with baby Ryden. She gets him every other weekend, has clothes for him, and her whole family adores him. She is fully in love. This highlights the real human cost beyond the arguing adults. A genuine, loving bond has been formed that today's results will profoundly impact no matter the outcome.
And wants Ryden to be her grandchild. Ms. Martin, I want to ask you, what has your relationship been like with Ryden?
He's been a real joy to me. I've developed this bond with him. He's developed a bond with my family. He's been around all of my family.
The results are in. Judge Lake reads the verdict. Mr. Lewis, you are not the father. He is visibly devastated, saying, "It hurts. Really, really hurts." Ms. Lester then reveals the actual biological father is deceased. So the search ends here. Mr. Lewis's dream of a miracle baby is over, but the child still has a village, including Mr. Brown and a loving grandmother to support him.
Determined by this court. Mr. Lewis, you are not the father.
The gavel bangs in another emotional paternity court case. Ms. Jones accuses Mr. Fowler, the father of her 2-year-old, of denying he is also the dad of her 5-month-old son, Adonis. She explains her own father was absent and she's here to save her son from that same painful fate. The stage is set for a classic, heart-wrenching paternity drama full of accusations and raw emotion.
Ms. Jones, you say that you and Mr. Fowler have a 2-year-old together, and you're furious that he now denies fathering your 5-month-old son, Adonis.
The judge calls out Mr. Fowler's history, noting this isn't his first time in her courtroom for a paternity case. Just like last time, he is adamant in his denial. He states clearly, "No, I do not believe he is the father of baby Adonis." This repeat appearance immediately paints him as a man who is no stranger to these complicated and contentious situations.
From what you went through as a child, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Fowler, this isn't your first time in my courtroom. And once again, a woman is accusing you of fathering.
Ms. Jones describes a painful pattern of neglect. She claims when Fowler visits their first son, he acts as if baby Adonis doesn't exist. It's a heartbreaking picture of selective fatherhood, where one child is acknowledged and the other is ignored, creating a toxic environment for everyone involved, especially the innocent children caught in the middle of this adult conflict.
Like, every time he comes to see his son, his 2-year-old son, he forgets about Adonis. Like, when other people get in his head, Adonis don't exist, but when we all alone, that's his son.
A shocking revelation pours more fuel on the fire. Ms. Jones states the only time Fowler contacts her is when he's drunk and wants sex, adding they were intimate just 3 weeks ago. He doesn't deny it, casually confirming, "Yeah, we was drunk." This admission highlights a deeply dysfunctional relationship based on convenience rather than care or commitment.
This is a lie. What up?
Wow, we just had sex 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we was drunk.
Right, that's the only way you contact me.
All right, listen. Let's deal with Adonis. But I will say, you all just repeating the same mistake.
The core emotional conflict is laid bare. Ms. Jones confesses her feelings, saying, "I love him." Fowler's immediate and cold rebuttal is brutal. "I don't love her. I don't want to be in a relationship with her." This stark rejection underscores the one-sided nature of their relationship and the hopeless fantasy she has been clinging to for so long. The judge delivers a harsh, necessary reality check. She tells Ms. Jones that no amount of rage will make Fowler care. She then blasts Fowler for treating Jones like a personal 7-Eleven, open all hours for his convenience. It's a savage but accurate metaphor for a man who takes the benefits but accepts none of the responsibility of a real partnership.
This is exactly what I had to go through ever since Kimari was a baby. He brought other females around him.
Wow.
He had another female push my son in a stroller.
How many guys I coach you with in your house, though?
The judge probes their relationship after their first child was born. Ms. Jones admits their interactions were primarily just physical. He was just sleeping with me. There was no real friendship or relationship beyond that. This pattern of using intimacy as a substitute for a genuine connection set the stage for the current paternity drama and heartbreak.
Now you can keep rolling around with him and having sex with him every 3 weeks and giving yourself away to him for him to come up in this courtroom and let you know that you don't mean anything to him. Or you can follow my lead and let me lead you out this mess towards the truth and towards somewhere where you can become the respectable young lady and the mother you need to be.
The timeline of the pregnancy announcement becomes a point of contention. Ms. Jones claims Fowler initially said, "That baby is mine's." Fowler counters that when he asked her, she was vague, saying, "You might be, you might not," which he took as a no. This classic he said, she said conflict shows how miscommunication fuels doubt and conflict over a child's paternity.
He barely was coming over there to see him.
That's a lie.
So when you meet, you just basically having sex, no strings attached, no real friendship, no relationship, you get pregnant.
The argument descends into a detailed timeline debate. Ms. Jones specifics dates like February 9th and March 14th. The baby's November birth date fits a 9-month timeline, which the judge notes. Fowler's weak defense is simply to yell lies and insist she was with other men, showing he relies on accusation rather than evidence or direct communication. Fowler finally presents his so-called proof.
So now how did you find out, Mr. Fowler, how did you find out Ms. Jones was pregnant with Adonis?
My family members seen her and asked me was I the father. So I asked her.
He claims the other man Ms. Jones was seeing told him directly, to his face, that he could be the father. This is the source of his certainty. It reveals he trusts the word of a rival over the mother of his child, adding another layer of messy drama to this already convoluted situation.
Your Honor, me and her had sex the day of Valentine's Day. I went to her house, I dropped my son off, she cooked, I stayed, and I spent the night. And I left the next morning.
You're lying. You don't even, you have sex with so much females, you don't even know who.
I guess, whatever.
Hold on.
That's what I have to do with.
If you had sex with her in February.
Yes.
The judge gives a powerful School of Life lecture. She explains that sex creates a powerful bond, especially with a child involved. She chastises Fowler for having unprotected sex with a stranger, leading to predictable consequences. It's a raw, necessary talk about personal responsibility that both parties clearly needed to hear long before they ended up in this courtroom. The moment of truth arrives.
The dude from the previous relationship that she supposedly broke up with.
Oh, so that guy
Yes.
is asserting that he could be
the father. Yes,
and he
ma'am.
told you that?
Yes, in my face. Yes.
So, Ms. Jones,
beefing.
After all the yelling and tears, the result is read. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Fowler, you are not the father. Ms. Jones reacts not with anger, but with a sense of relief, seeing this as the final push she needs to break free from this toxic cycle and finally move on with her life.
it has been determined by this court. Mr. Fowler, you are not the father.
Easy and simple.
Well, guess I'll be up here again.